With this new series with Shining Girls, it's very much, we could say, an unreliable narrator. Both your character and just the overall structure of the show. And since you're behind the camera, you're producing, you're starring in it, could you talk a little bit about like the challenges, but then also the gifts of such an unreliable narrator?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great way of putting it, actually. And you're the first person to put it that way. So thank you. Yes, gold star. That's absolutely right. I mean, the challenges are obvious in the sense of you are used to having at least the one through line, the one person that you can rely on, right, to take you through this story. The challenge obviously is not having that, but the reward is that you have a lot of freedom and you can go to a lot of different places and you can kind of do anything you want because nothing matters and everything can change in a minute anyway. The thing that I think grounded us in this show, though, was that Kirby is in the same position as the audience a lot of the time, in the sense that she also doesn't know what's going on. She also doesn't know when things are going to change next. She also doesn't know why it's happening or how it's happening. So she is reliable in the sense of she's in the same position as the people watching, and she's going through this story episode after episode, trying to figure it out for herself as well, if that makes sense.
It makes as much sense as it needs to.
Thank you.
given the nature of this project.
I'll take it.
You have personally said that, like, when it comes to what you watch, you prefer lighter, more, like romantic comedy stuff or that sort of thing. So do you find like taking on these roles where you're conveying such intense, thrilling subject matter, is that like a therapy for you?
No, it's less that, and it's more that it's such a hard concept to explain. Maybe one day I'll figure out how to explain it, but like, I actually have fun doing it. So for me, it's not something that is like, I feel the emotions. I don't feel sad. I don't feel angry. I don't feel stressed. I don't feel the emotions that my character is necessarily going through. I actually have fun doing it, and it's a joy for me. So for me, that is actually, it's not like therapy. For me, it's like going to Disneyland. Like, I love it so much, you know what I mean? I just personally, after doing that all day, when I go home, I don't necessarily then want to like watch, something that is similar to what I've been doing all day.
Right. And lastly here, I loved your work in Invisible Man. And I know you said continuing that story depended on like fan feedback. And I wondered, like, have there been any talks about continuing your character, or is that just totally in the rear view now?
I can't really say much, but it's not necessarily in the rear view, at all. But I do think that we have, with any sequel, you obviously want to make sure that you're doing the original justice. And so none of us involved have any intention of just like cracking out another, thing and throwing it up and just seeing what happens. We really want it to be as good, if not better, than the first one. So, did I actually answer the question at all, or it's not in the rear view? How's that?
You answered as diplomatically and as contractually obligated as you could answer that.
Exactly. Like, I have Jason Blum on one shoulder and Universal on the other, and I'm just like, please don't be mad at me.